This outline has been coming together for decades. Every year we upgrade the date. So it's been concentrated on and focused to be what it is today. The Earth Repair Charter and this solution strategy and even the Sense of Humus campaign is all built around this principle. I assume you can see that clearly. You see it says Vision 2020, and the timeline runs from last year through to 2020. And you'll see an AK-47 transforming into an abundant food tree. Now, this has been evolving for decades, this concept, and we really believe that within this decade time frame between now and 2020, this can actually happen. And that's what all of these solutions have been written for. We work under the auspice of the United Nations through the local association, which we've been associated with for a long, long time. And all of our ideas go under the scrutiny of that local committee. Where I'm doing this interview or speaking and reading from is at the Blue Mountains branch of the UN Association of Australia here in New South Wales. This can become a living reality for everybody's benefit, and that's what I'm hoping that sharing here today might take us a few steps in that direction. Visualize a world without war. What is now proven was once only imagined. Inner and world peace are just a movie away. The development of this has been a 10-year contribution to the United Nations International Decade for a Culture of Peace and Non-Violence for the Children of the World. That was between the decade 2001 to 2010. To help enhance the future by showing everyone how to effectively live sustainably while enjoying continuous good mental health and peaceful happiness, the birthright of all of us. So we start at the end here. In 2020, we've written, World peace is proclaimed as the international theme for the balance of the 21st century. People on earth are empowered with enjoying inner peace, living in wisdom, happiness and love, and manifesting abundance in their lives. All nations and peoples are communicating and cooperating and enjoying peaceful coexistence. Humanity is enlightened. That's 2020. Now, here is how we got there. 2013. The war on terror eventually becomes the war that ends all wars, as it initiates a creative mediation and conflict resolution process, ensuring that war and violence are kept out of humanity's future. Motivating begins for every nation to progressively transform their national military expertise and resources to help implement the objectives of the Earth Repair Charter as a priority within each country. The Charter is recognised as a self-evident, practical and achievable global solution strategy for the next decade towards the creation of a safe, sane and peaceful new millennium for present and future generations. The Earth Repair movie theme inspires, educates and motivates people everywhere into healthier, happier and more sustainable and peaceful lifestyles. The universal perspective becomes increasingly prominent as regional and national borders are transcended and increasing numbers of people see that the earth is our common home and we all members of the same human family. The Sense of Humus composting and food growing campaign gains global significance. Previously wasted biodegradable materials are now being composted into humus-rich soil. Well-planned global strategies are implemented to propagate, plant and fertilise increasing quantities of garden food forests and crops to help stabilise the climate towards effectively ending hunger and unemployment. Greenhouse gas emissions begin to decrease globally with unprecedented cooperation between nations. The practice of permaculture, permanent organic agriculture, is integrated into all education systems. Efficient food and medicine gardens are established as productive permaculture learning centres in schools, backyards, urban parks, corrective services and rehabilitation centres. Now 2013, 2014. We're slowly progressing on into the future decade here. We start off with McDonald's and Coca-Cola and other similar fast food companies adopt the menu proposals of McNaturals International Proprietary Limited and now provide genuinely nutritious plant-based foods and drinks to help people increase their immunity efficiency, health, vitality and contentment with life. By the way, McNaturals International is a project of the Earth Repair Foundation, and some great work is being done under that name. Significant advances are made in the widespread use of simple, inexpensive and effective self-help practices and healthcare programs, bringing maximum benefits to all people worldwide. Smoking tobacco is banned in all enclosed and covered public places. Smoking is prohibited in homes and cars where children are present to assist their health and to discourage all smoking and drug abuse. The misunderstood plant hemp is re-legalized for industrial use globally. The healing herb cannabis is formally adopted for medicinal use. Bioregional land care systems are endorsed by government everywhere, enabling more effective self-management of local ecosystems. The United Nations General Assembly formally endorses the Earth Repair Solutions strategy as an international decade theme. All industries are now responsibly reducing, reusing and recycling their wastes. An international moratorium on old growth and rainforest logging is implemented. All high conservation value native forests and areas which support flora and fauna unique to these priceless biodiverse ancient treasures are now permanently protected. The global indigenous movement assumes collective co-custodianship of all remaining natural and protected World Heritage areas for the security of future and present generations. The world's indigenous peoples are recognised as members in all United Nations forums. Australia sets a human rights precedent for sovereignty and peace by allocating the lands opposite and adjacent to Old Parliament House in Canberra as a permanent embassy to unite all the world's Indigenous, Aboriginal and First Nations peoples. Okay, now 2015 we're up to. Nations, now more than ever, redirect personnel, expertise and resources from their national military services towards constructive and productive community advancement industries as a primary objective within all countries. Major progress is being made using solar and wind technologies to desalinate and pump ocean water inland to arid areas. Scientists work as a high priority on disposing of the dangerous waste of warfare and the toxic waste of industry. Every nation now participates in the United Nations peacekeeping operations to ensure international security. Global legislation is implemented to decommission and eliminate all nuclear and biological armaments, landmines, and all other instruments and weapons of mass destruction. The world's population becomes stabilised through free family planning, education, and a positive reduction of poverty in the third world. Major progress is made towards further motivating the planting and growing of permaculture-designed food forests and implementing appropriate technologies for immediately and progressively freeing disadvantaged people from hunger. Uranium mining ceases as nuclear reactors are replaced by solar, wind, and other clean, efficient, renewable energy systems. Nuclear waste everywhere is guarded securely as safe and effective storage methods are implemented. (2016) Ecologically sustainable development becomes the priority among all nations, and the world's best practices are adopted at every level of society to facilitate conservation of Earth's finite resources. All basic education now includes respect for nature, the art of birthing and parenting, first aid, effective communication, self-esteem, and creative artistic expression. Optimistic nowist thinking is spreading. The nations of Earth are now enthusiastically involved with an international tree and food growing race instead of an arms race. Trees propagated, planted, and successfully grown using humus, rock mulch, and the latest methods double every year. The rainforest logging and wood chipping of high conservation value native forests has finally ended worldwide. Entire degraded ecosystems are regenerated as vital nutrients are returned to the earth through the mass production of humus by composting. Artificial fertilizers are replaced by fine rock dust and humus to remineralize soils, increase the nutrient value of food crops, and boost resistance to plant disease. Treated sewage is used to irrigate vegetation, accumulate biomass, and rejuvenate degraded lands. We're up to 217, 218. Permaculture and other natural organic growing methods provide employment and food for increasing numbers of people. Large-scale spirulina farms are established in numerous sun-drenched areas to provide people with the abundance of chlorophyll nutrients contained in this complete whole food algae. Wildlife populations increase and animal experiments and exploitation are minimized. Increasing numbers of people turn to a raw food diet. Humanity develops a respect for and comprehension of the interconnectedness and interdependence of all life forms. Okay, 2018, 2019. A complementary and holistic approach is now integral to medical science and healthcare. Diseases such as cancer, AIDS, and other severe illnesses dramatically reduce through natural and preventive healing. People become more vital and healthy as they practice the principles advocated by Hippocrates, the founder of modern medicine, who taught, let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. The increasingly popular practice of growing and eating fresh, organically grown vegetables and fruits, sprouted seeds, nuts, herbs and grains, eaten raw or lightly cooked, enable people everywhere to naturally acquire immunity efficiency and attain and maintain good health in their bodies and minds. Resources and budgets previously used for military services have been transferred to peace and prosperity generating activities, thereby substantially increasing employment and eliminating poverty and hunger. Global systems are now in place to minimize the demand for environmentally costly mining operations and the dangers of transporting and using oils and other hazardous chemicals. (2019) The world's religions, political ideologies, and sciences have transformed conflict into peaceful resolution and unite in the spirit of wisdom, recognizing the essence of truth in all faiths and beliefs. Individuals become committed to the optimistic way and now see themselves as eternally conscious spiritual beings having a divine experience on earth here in the infinite universe. The majority of people are working and living in harmony with nature and creating a peaceful paradise food garden here on earth, rewarding everyone with good health, happiness, prosperity and abundance. That's the vision, folks. That's the goal. It's within our reach. We can make it happen within this decade. One of the sentences I just read was, optimistic nowist thinking is spreading. If I could just say a word about that, because that's my chosen personal philosophical lifestyle. An optimistic nowist is someone who enjoys the latest as the greatest with an attitude of gratitude. And it's someone who has the ability to always look on the bright side of life and to address problems and difficulties as potential solutions and opportunities. So we go back again to 2020 where we began, and there's a little bit further to add. A worldwide week-long celebration beginning on Earth Day, that's April the 22nd, acknowledges the success of this decade for Earth repair action and world peace. A little subnote goes, 1. Please display prominently for regular consideration. You are welcome to network this film outline wherever or whenever you deem appropriate. Copy, circulate, translate, broadcast, display or publish it towards a sustainable future with all people united in inner and world peace. To communicate inquiries or suggestions for this document, please contact the addresses or numbers below. And thank you, brothers, friends, for contributing to the making of this movie that hopefully is going to significantly enhance the future and liberate those who aren't free into a spirit of freedom and a healthier and happier life or lives. Okay, well, that's the vision as we see it for the coming decade and beyond. And we really do feel that this is an idea whose time has come. It's a little overdue, actually, but better late than never. It's taken quite a long time for these ideas to evolve, for these sentences to be written, sentences and paragraphs to be written and agreed upon.